Hey all, boardgamerants here where you'll find everything solo tabletop gaming and more under falling skies. A little print and play you can pick up right off of Board Game Geek site, among other places I'm sure. Let's have a look at what this is about and how to play it. All right, so looking back, we've got ourselves 9 cards here actually. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got an 8th card here. This keeps track of stuff. This represents the board, and then a little title. So what is it about? It's like Space Invaders. It's like playing a card game, board game version of Space Invaders. These are the Space Invaders. There's the Mothership. Here's these green ships. They're going to come down their columns, and if they hit here, they're going to do damage. That's that little damage symbol, and then they're going to go back up and reset. But on the way down, I'll have chances to shoot them out of the sky if I use a die that's 2 or higher, or 2 or higher here, or, you know, if they're over here. 6 or higher, that'd be a tough one to knock out. But anyways, these comes down. I have an opportunity to shoot them out of the sky before they do damage. Of course, I want to do that. And then there's other symbols here that has them shifting right or shifting left, or having this mothership advance down, which it's going to do at the end of each round anyway, and make it tougher and tougher for me to win. If that mothership goes down and covers up that skull, I lose. If those ships come down here and do enough damage, I lose. I can take up to 5 damage. But I win if I can develop the technology here, get this cube to go around and around and cover that 12, I win. I've developed the technology to beat back the aliens. And so that's what that cube measures. This one right here measures a very important resource, that is energy, which I will have to use sometimes if I want to take certain actions. So up here you have the skies from which under things are falling. Under falling skies. Space Invaders coming down. And here represents my base. So my base is, I've got 2 trackers here. One is going to track the damage my base takes. And this one measures the level of my base, if you will. And it kind of snakes down like this, and it goes over here, goes over here. And I can use any actions that are kind of above it, following that path. So so I can basically use anything to the left of this cube and up. And then as I improve my base, I'll be able to continue to get access to more, stronger actions. They're basically the same actions I have available there, but they're just stronger down here. And so the main thing as you're playing this game, the main mechanic, if you will, is you'll be rolling dice, and then depending on the value of the die, you're going to be putting it, and you got to think of this in terms of columns. So there's 5 columns here that you got to worry about, and up above, you'll notice there's 5 spaceships that are going to be coming down those columns. There's a possibility they could switch, but anyway, for the most part, you're going to put down a die to do something, and then the pip value, 5 in this case, is how many spaces this little cube is going to move down. And there's 4 spaces per card here. So it starts there. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that is how these Space Invaders advance down on you. And of course, the push-pull thing here is that the higher the value of your die, the stronger the action you can usually take, but the faster those Space Invaders come down after you. So that's the thing that you're going to be balancing the most. And there's actually 5 dice that you'll be rolling, and each die can only take up a column. So if I put this die here, I wouldn't be able to put any of my other dice in any other part of this column here. I'd have to do it in one of the other 4 columns. So, and that's the gist of it. It'll probably be easiest to show you just as we're playing here. So I'm going to just get into it. So besides those cards that you'd have to print and sleeve up or whatever, you are going to need some dice and some cubes. So those cubes don't, of course, come with the game. The game's free. But I took, for instance, I took from Hansa Teutonica and Troyes, or Troyes, whatever you want to say, the dice from Troyes and the cubes from Hansa Teutonica. So that's what gave me these cubes. And they're not exactly spot on with the, you know, I used yellow cubes instead of white cubes. But I had the 2 reds and I had the 5 greens. And then the dice up here, I mean, I've got some blue dice elsewhere, but I just used red or yellow dice for for the blue here, but I had the 2 white and the 3 black. So that's there. So these represent, you know, robots that could possibly help me out in my base, and then these represent more Space Invaders that might come and help the mothership out. So this is how you set up the game. That is according to setup here, setting up the 7 cards, getting my energy and research tracks, you know, that's what that is. And then, oh yeah, and these cards are double-sided. So right now I am playing on, see that little star right there? If I flip this card over, there is no star there, and this represents the easier side of this card. If I want to increase the difficulty level, I can flip it over. Now, I've only played this game a couple times, so I won once and I've lost once, and I tried. So all these cards can be flipped over. So you essentially have what, 8 levels, 7 levels, or whatever, because you can flip over any of these cards to increase the level by 1 or whatever you want to call it. So I'm playing with the difficulty of 1. All the other cards I have on their normal sides, and again, these are all double-sided. So that's what that's referring to. Now I've got my 5 green ships. I got my 4 my 4 white tracker cubes on their starting spots. They're yellow in this case. Got my 3 black, my 2 white, and 2 blue robots. Well, they are red or yellow in this case, and 2 red enemy ships. Okay, boom. It's all set up just like that. So, how do you take a turn? You roll these dice. And now you take these dice, and you're going to put them one at a time down here, just like I was showing you, and then you're going to move the ships. We're going to be moving the ships down that many pips. So, one thing I hadn't talked about, though, is that if you ever use one of the white die, as soon as you use a white die, then you have to re-roll everything left that you haven't used. You have to re-roll. So that's a very cool, interesting little mechanic there. So if I use these black dice, I don't have to re-roll anything. I just put them out. Well, you'll see. So, well, you know, I don't have, this is kind of low. These are all low numbers here, but this 6 is nice and high. So I would like to re-roll all these dice to hopefully get some higher numbers. So I'm going to use this 6. And I think I'm going to use this 6 here to what? Maybe start working on my research over here. I could use this also as a robot. I can put out a nice strong robot to start helping me. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this 6 here. See that little -1? That'll make sense in here. That's going to be the ultimate value of this die. But when I put this here, you don't actually activate anything. You're just placing dice right now. So I put that there. That means I have to move this guy 6 spaces down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it landed on a little blank spot, so I don't have to do anything or consider anything. And that is the placement of that die. But because it was a white die, everything left, I get to, whatever you want to call it, re-roll. You have to. So you got to keep that in mind too. I don't think you get a choice. So here, now I've got some much better dice. So here, I might use this 5. And maybe I want to start working on, so over here, this is the whole main thing of the game. I got to develop my technology here and get this to go down. And so if I use this 5, I'm going to be able to cover up, I'm going to move past this 3 and this 1. So I'm going to use this and I'm going to put it right here. And again, that is going to move the corresponding invader. Boop, 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 5 spaces. There it is. And that was a black die, so I don't get to re-roll anything. Now maybe I'll use this 4. And let's get some energy. See each of these things is going to cost an energy. So I only start with 2 energy. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here so I can start developing some energy, but placing that there. Got to move this down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now it's on that spot, meaning if I take a shoot action, which is basically these orange actions, as long as my value of that die ends up being higher or equal to or higher, I can take the ship out and it'll reset. But as it is, I've only got 2 more dice left here, and you'll notice again I'm putting these in different columns. They have to be in different columns. So now I'm going to use this 1 because I want to re-roll that black 1. So now what I can do with this though is it doesn't really do me any good, and I can only place them on spots from here up. So I've got very limited spots here. So if you can always put them on here, and if you put them on here, then immediately you move the Space Invader. You don't really get to take advantage of an action, but you move the Space Invader the amount of the die -1. So I can put this on either here or here, and it's basically not going to have the ship move. So I'll just put it, wait, what, I think I probably want to maybe use this to shoot. So I'm going to put this here, and that means 1 -1. Space Invader doesn't move, but that placing that weight die lets me re-roll this. Come on, 3. Yeah, not bad. It'll allow me to do what I was hoping to do. So I'll put this 3 on. Well, you know what? Too, you always want to increase your level of your base here too. So maybe I'm going to use this actually to increase this. So 1, 2, 3. You can, to increase this base level, you just have to, you can put this anywhere from 3 spaces away from it or closer, and then you can level up this cube to where that die is. So 1, 2, 3 spaces. These 2 space things, this counts as a space, this counts as a space. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put that there, and we're going to level up our base a little bit. So, all right, so that's that. So that is gone over, I think, here in gameplay. Place dice and move ships, which I've done. Wait, did I move the ship? No, I didn't. I got to move this thing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now this ended up here on this arrow, which means it immediately shifts over to the right. So now both these ships are going to advance down, depending on the die that I put in there. Now, I don't go back in time and move these. It's just from now on, if I put a die in there, these both would shift down. So I got to keep that in mind. Okay, so that was placing dice and moving ships. And then here it goes over the little different icons. Now I get to resolve the rooms. So resolving rooms, using these rooms, first of all, you can choose any order. So right now, this of course isn't really a room. It was just an option, and I'm going to just toss that away so I don't have to think about it. Now, I want to, I want to increase my technology. It's 5 minus 1. So that means the value is 4. So I've used this, trying to increase, and I can move up to 4 value. So this 3 plus 1 is a 4, total of 4 value. I can move up to that space. If I'd somehow got an 8, I could have moved it as far as over that 4. If I'd played 10, I could have moved it all the way over the 2. 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2. But I only did 4, so there it goes. Got a long ways to go to win the game. Doing that requires an energy, the use of an energy. So I have to spend 1 energy resource. Now, what next here? So I want to put out this robot. So that's what this blue thing. 6 minus 1 is the ultimate value of this. So I get to put out a robot, value 5, and I can put it anywhere. Well, anywhere that's accessible. So let's say before I resolve that, because you can do it in any order. Let's say I did this. So I can move this cube 1, 2, 3 spaces. And anytime you increase your base abilities, it always costs 1 energy. No matter how many spaces you move, it just costs 1 energy. So there we go. I've used my last energy. Now let's go back and say that I placed, because I wanted to place this robot here to kind of give me a nice strong, it's always going to be developing energy. Well, it can every round. Not when I place it, but every round thereafter. So I'm putting my robot there, and this doesn't count. I can still put a die in this column. This doesn't count against the 1 die per column. So the robot goes there. And now lastly, I'm going to resolve this. That's 4 minus 1 to generate some energy. So 3 energy, boop, boop, boop. Got some energy there. Okay, so that is resolving the rooms. That is done. Now what do we got? Got to move the mothership. So first, resolve the glowing symbol. So first I have to look here, and under this little arrow, if there was an icon there, I'd have to resolve it. There isn't one. So now here, it means I have to basically undo 1 space of my base development. So I'd have to move this back 1 space. That's what happens when it gets to there. Here, I'd have to add a red ship that could come down and attack me. Anyway, but right now, there's nothing under that mothership, and it always moves down once. So I just kind of slide this down. So now these invaders are going to start one space closer when they start launching down at me. Then it says then move the mothership down to the okay. So resolve the symbol. There wasn't one. Move the mothership down once. If any ships are in that row, I just put them on the mothership card. And finally respawn all enemy ships on the mothership card. Well, all the ships are... I didn't kill anything and nothing went down so far as to damage me, so nothing's respawned. Everything kind of stays put. And that is it. So that's my first round, and I am ready to go after it again. And when I put out my robot, I forgot to use one of those energies. So again, you could have done this in any order. I could have got my energy first, and then, because it matters a little bit, you can never have more than 7, so you just got to kind of, you'll just toggle this back and forth. But anyway, used up my energy. Next round, let's roll these dice and see what we got to work with here. Okay, 6 is nice. We got some good 5s here. Let's go ahead and see what we want to do. This is automatically going to get me more energy, so I don't have to worry too much about energy right now. I may need to start worrying about blasting these guys out of the sky. So let's see here if I can position. Let's see here. Looking up, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I can get this guy here, I can take him out. So let's go ahead then, and like I say, I don't really want to do any. Oh wait, no, this isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll take this. We'll work on our technology. So that's going to be 5. Going to move him down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Space Invader's in range there. If I can shoot him. And let's hear, what else do I want to shoot? I probably want to use this other 5 here. And let's see who else we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to remember both these are going to move when I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that guy shifts over there. So anyway, this doesn't matter too much. So let's just go ahead and maybe work on continuing to develop our base. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go ahead and just put this. Is that where I want to do it? Yeah, because this actually then won't hurt me at all, because I'll put this 5 here, but in the middle column, there's no ships left in the middle column, so nothing moves down. And that, I'm going to use this. You can only use 1 die to level up your base each round. So I'm going to put this here and level that up at the end. Now, what do I got? I got this nice 6. Let's do it. Let's put the 6. So who can I bring down again? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or no, don't want to do on that. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Scooch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Scooch. Nah, this is nothing really good here for this 6. I don't want to bring both those down 6 spaces. So let's go ahead and continue to work on. Yeah, we're going to work on continuing our research. We're going to try to make quick work of this game, right? Put that 6 there. That's going to move this down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means this shifts over there. Now we got double there. Ugh, maybe I should have done, but I kind of want to re-roll these dice first. So now placing that white die allows me to re-roll. That was crummy. We're going to use this too when I've got this column or this column to use. So, well, let's see here. Kind of want this one to end up right there so that I can shoot him. Oh, do I have anybody shooting yet? No, I don't even have anybody. Oh, crap. All right. So, yeah. So we'll try to position them. We're going to place this 2 right. If I put it here, then I have to have another die there to activate that, and I don't. So, dang it. So I'm just going to put it here. I'm probably not going to use it. You don't have to use the action, but I'll put it there to draw this guy down 1, 2, and then he shifts over, and this guy's going to come down 1, 2. Now he's vulnerable. These 2 are vulnerable for me to fire. Placing that 2, I get to re-roll this die. Let's see if we can get a higher one. Ooh, that's nice. Oh crap! I have to put it here. So that's gonna be a good shot, but of course that's gonna draw these guys down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, that was that. Now we get to activate these in any way that we want. So first and foremost, I think I'm going to activate my robot. When you activate your robot, you actually reduce it by 1 pip. So it was value 5. That's how much I'm gonna increase my energy over there. So that goes to 4, and I'm going to kind of cockeye it there so that I remember that I used it this round. And this is going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I got lots of energy to use this round. Excellent. We're going to go ahead right away. We're going to use this 5, 2 energy, 1, 2, to blast any cube that's on something that says, 2 or higher, I had a 5. So it kills this guy. 3 or higher, I had a 5. Kills this guy. All ships get blasted, and they go up, and they're going to reset at the end of this round. Nobody else is on a spot where I could shoot them, so those guys are safe. Continuing on, let's see here. I've got, we'll use this. So 5 minus 1 is 4. It's going to cost an energy, so I spend the energy, and I can cover up this 4 right there, increasing my technology. Throw that die away. Here, yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Let's just increase our base. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, level the pip. That leveling up my base takes 1 energy, no matter how many spaces you move. This one, I don't, I'd be able to put out my one other robot die at a value of 1, because this is 2 minus 1, spending energy. I'm not going to use this die. I'm just going to throw it away. Lastly, we've got here 6. We can increase. Yes, very good. So we're going to use a 6, spend an energy to increase our technology. So you basically add it up. 2 plus 3 is 5. So I can put it there, but 2 more would be 7. I was only at a 6. So that gets put right there. That is the end of my round there. So I can undo that. My base is leveling up nicely, but the Space Invaders are coming. However, now it's time to move the mothership. So first I have to look and resolve this. This means that by 1 level I have to reduce my base. So this shifts over there. Kind of a bummer. That's not too bad though. Then she moves down. And then I place ships 1 by 1 on unoccupied starting spots. So you have to place ships only in empty columns if possible. So I've got, 1, 2, 3 empty columns. So I can kind of choose here. And I think, let's see, there's a 2 and a 2. I'm just looking at 2, 2, 6. How easy it is for me to kill things. This only has a 3 and a 5. This has a 1, a 3, and a 6. So yeah, let's put 1 here and 1 here to try and take advantage of better spaces to take out these Space Invaders in the future. And that is the end of that round. Okay, so this time I already rolled and I placed these dice. I got some good positioning here. I had 1 come all the way down and damage me. So I've got my first damage. I really wanted to place that 6 there, which had that Space Invader drop down, do the damage, reset. So now I've got these. I use these 2 little dinky ones to reposition some of the Space Invaders above it to get them in line to blast. But first, I'll use this. Again, my robot will tick down to 3, and I'll cockeye it, give myself 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. Then here, yep, when you level up your base, you get access to being able to increase your research faster. 6 plus 4 is 10. Uses an energy. But now I get to increase a value. So 2 plus 6 plus 2 is 10. Boom. Working our way up. And lastly, I'll spend an energy and fire for a strength of 6. Yep, unmodified strength of 6. So anything pretty much kills just about everything. So 6 or higher. Yep, boom, dead. You're not on a space. This one's 1 or higher. Yep, boom, dead. Okay, that's where we're at now. So we got to resolve this. This brings in a red Space Invader. Now, when this one dies or goes down and damages me, it goes off to the side again, whereas the green always resets. So that's kind of the difference. But now there's 4 there that I have to worry about. So I've activated that. Now this shifts down. She shifts down, and when she does, she bumped off this ship. So this resets. So now I have to place ships in everything. This column is the only one that has a ship still. So there's going to be one here, and you have to place green first. So there's all the green. And then it says in every place ships only in empty columns if possible. If every column has a ship, choose a starting spot with the most empty spaces between it and the column's top ship. Okay, so now, yeah, then lastly, this one goes right there. All right, this was not the best of rounds for me. These ones don't really do me any good. I was able to do a little positioning, got kind of stuck with those. I got some strong dice that I used, but when I got the re-rolls, I got kind of, it didn't work out too well for me. But in this one right here, when I did it, it actually brought this cube down here, which has the Mothership shift down one. Well, it was nice. You don't activate the little thing, but of course now the ships start one space closer. Gets tight. You know, you get tight here. You just have fewer spaces between between where they launch and they do damage as that ship advances. So the higher dice is important so you can get good actions, but now they just start flying down at you much quicker. But anyway, so by placing that 6, it brought this Mothership down one. That was that symbol there. But it's going to allow me to place a nice strong bot. And so first, maybe I'll use this again. I'll tick it down to 2, get myself 3 energy. That's what it was. And then here, 6 minus 1 is 5. Spend an energy, and I get to move 1, and 4 is 5. And that was good too, because this would have put me back. That's what that -1 does, is it scooches this cube back 1 space. And that can be very painful depending on where it's at. So I got to skip that, but the drawback was the Mothership drew a little closer. And then here I am developing my, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Developing my base. That always costs 1 energy. And lastly, for 2 energy, I'm going to put out a bot, 1, 2, 6. So here's my other bot. I only have 2. And whenever you place a bot die too, you don't advance. It never advances the ships. So where I'm going to put, I think I'm just going to make this a nice strong fighter. You know, put it right there. So now I get a 6 plus 1. I basically can kill anything, but it costs 2 energy. Maybe I'll do that, because I don't think anything on this board has like 7 or higher. I bet you when you flip these over and you play on the higher levels, it does. So I'm going to put that there, and to be used later. Okay, so that was that. Now we go to the Mothership here. So this is a bummer. That means I move. I have to unadvance my base by 2 spaces. So this goes 1, 2 spaces backwards. Then Mothership swoops down, and then we'd respawn any enemies. There's nothing to respawn. And next round, I got a fantastic roll. These 2 6s and the 4, and I had a 6, a white 6. So I used everything except for this. Finally, I used this last one, and then this one I think was a 2. I forget what it was, but I used this and re-rolled it. It came up to be a 6, which kind of blew my whole plans that I had going on, and I had to put it in that column. But I still managed to position okay here, but there's some waste, definitely. So this is going to go off, and one made through. I got another damage there, and well, let's see here. So yeah, I don't think I wanted to get it to have one of the ships land on one of these ship spots and have her move down another smidge so that I wouldn't have to do this, but I'd never managed to get her to shift down. So the level of my base is going to decrease by 2 again. So it really doesn't make any sense for me to increase it and then just have it go back by 2. This is pretty important to be able to put 3 die to reach that 12 value. Otherwise, you have to do exactly what I did here, and in this spot get 2 6s, which is difficult. I managed this time, but anyway, so I'm not going to use this to upgrade. Again, you don't have to use dice if you don't want to. So I will do this. So this is a value of 12, and to increase my tech, I have to move that down. 12, so 7 plus 4, there's 11. Darn it, I'm 1 away from being able to go up another one. And yeah, I think we'll use this again to, now it's at a 1. So I'm only going to get 2 energy out of that bot. But this is, of course, going to hit for 6. I'm going to use it. It uses an energy. So there goes an energy, but it's going to hit for 6. And I did manage to line up some nice shots here. So this guy is going to die. This one's dead. This one's dead. This one goes off the board. These guys are going to reset up there. There's the one that did damage to my base. Okay. And then lastly, I believe I can move this bot. So it says, after use, the robot remains on the board. Decrease its value by 1. So I don't know if I have to leave that there. See what I'd like. But then down here it says, placing a dice. Okay, ignore the robot. You can choose to remove a robot at any time. Robots never move ships. So, all right, I'm just going to on 1, it's bolded that after use, the robot remains on the board, decreases value by 1. But down here it says you can remove a robot at any time. So I'm going to use that robot. Now I'm going to remove it and use this for a value 5 robot. I have to spend another energy, but I'm going to take this robot that I just removed and put it back at a value 5. Hopefully I can do that. I guess it's up to how you interpret it. I just realized as I was doing the mothership that this would have bumped this robot off because it would have gone back too. So I did end up using this die. I did end up using my final energy. And then I've moved back per having to, because the mothership had that happen. Then she suits down. Now all these guys are going to take up their positions here, 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 and here. And that way I could save my robot from getting bumped off the board. And I think I'm interpreting this right. I think it's saying that, you know, when you use a die, you remove it from the thing. But it's saying, you know, when you use a robot, don't remove it. You just tick it down. Well, I think I still was able to remove it any time that I wanted. I think that was a valid move. So here we go. We can see Mothership is scooching me down. It's putting the pressure on. I mean, I've only got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces. So if I use a 6, it just, boom, they just shoot right down. It's getting tight. Let's see how we roll here. Oh my gosh. Another awesome roll. But that poses its problems. Let's see what we do here. Oh my gosh. I just rolled. Well, so I placed the 2, and so I could re-roll, because again, it's an interesting kind of push, like I don't want high dice this round. I don't. This is kind of, I'm trying to build up some energy to make one final push next round, but so I re-rolled all these dice, and that's what I got again. So, son of a biscuit. So I think what I'm going to do is use this 4. What I want to do is increase this. I want to scooch this up, so I can max out the level of my base, so I can put 3 dice in here and hopefully go for the win next turn. But so now placing that, I get to re-roll these. I want low dice so I can position. That's a little bit better. I want to position some of these guys to shoot. So here we go. This is nice. This 2. Oh, no, that's not nice. Dang it. I really wanted a 1, so I wouldn't have to move this guy at all. But let's see here. 5. Got to position some guys so I can blast them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is good. This is good. We'll get this guy here. I'm going to put this, and where do we want to put him? I don't know. Maybe we want to put him. We'll put that die there. It's going to draw this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So I can shoot that guy. I can shoot this guy. 2 and a 4. So what do we got here? And the only spots I have available are here and here. Well, 2. Let's see here. 1, 2. Oh, yep, yeah, perfect. So we're going to do this. I don't know if it's perfect. We'll put this just anywhere here, I guess. We can just put them right there. It's going to draw you down too. And this last 4, we're going to put right here. That's going to draw this off. Does a damage. I can only take 2 more damage, and I lose. This goes up like that. Okay, so this die is no good. We're going to definitely do this. That allows me to level that up maximum. So first, sorry, we have to officially use this to give myself 4 energy, 5 energy, but then using the 1 to level up my base. This doesn't do any good because I have to put 2 dice in it really to affect anything there. These guys, 4 plus 5 is 9. That requires an energy and moves me up to the 2. I have to develop 12 and not take 2 damage next round. Oh, and then here, yes, firing 5. That requires another energy. Strength of 5. This goes down to a 4. I've used both my robots now, but hitting for 5 takes this guy out, and this guy out. Excellent. So moving on to the Mothership phase, she's going to get another fighter. That's not good. And then that has been resolved. She shifts down 1. Everybody fills in their spots using green first, and then there is no spot for this red one. So that is a good thing. Here we go. Last roll here. Not last. I'm hoping, though, if I can pull off this, I just have to get this. I have to get a value of 12 on a green action space down here without dying. There it goes. All right. There's the dice to work with. Here we go. And yep, that should do it, because I can basically place all of these. So one at a time. 6 would go there. That's going to draw. I'm going to do the 6 on this one, 4 on this one, and the 3 on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 could get blasted. 4 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. There's all these dice placed. That exceeds 12. So I got it. Then this can go anywhere. Let's just put it on right here, because now this goes 1, 2, 3 spaces. I can blast that one, but this makes me re-roll this 1 into another 1, and whatever. We can just put it right here, making this ship stay put. Resolving. These don't do anything, and for 1 energy, I can move to a 13 space. This is 12. Bam, bam. I have saved the world. Playing on, let's see, where was I at again? I was just on the 1 level from easy. So this is still probably considered, an easy level. And I was able to complete it before that ship dropped all the way down to the skull, or before I took too much damage. I was only 2 away from dying, actually. But you can see if I were to flip these cards over, now we've got the fact, I think now when these get shot, they usually would go off to the side and have to be reactivated. I think now they would just go right back up here. Once they're activated, they would always recycle. So that's what that means. And we flip this over, looking at that, and you flip it over to here, you can see the numbers are much higher that you have to reach in order to take out these ships. 7. There's a 7 right there. So that's where you would have to, down here, really focus on that action there and get enough firepower to take out, depending on where the ships are up here. Let's see, let's flip over this one. Looks like that on easy, or, well, the less difficult. Over here, 5 and a 6 there. What about those actions over there? This just does an automatic damage. So the Mothership would fire on you and do a damage. Oh, oh no, okay, no, I was gonna say, oh yeah, it does, and it scooches up the end game. You get 1 less round because that skull is scooched up a level. So tougher there, and then I'm sure this is tougher here. Here's that, what it looks like. Bam, over to that. So yeah, there's those. A lot of these spots here move the ship down. If so that ship comes flying to the Mothership, comes down much faster on that level. And then here you've got what? I haven't even looked at the back of these. So this is the actions for an easy base. If we were to flip it over, we've got that and that. So 1, it requires 1 less hit to end the game, and you die. And also 2, yeah, this so you don't get a 3 space to try and get that 12. You'd have to roll 2 6s. Oh no, it says there's a +2, so you get some bonuses potentially to those dice. But anyway, there you have it. This would be the more difficult base. This would be what it would look like if I was playing on all these cards on hard. And I can only imagine that would be blisteringly difficult to pull that win off. That is it. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what this game is all about, and it is a good one. I have to say I've enjoyed this game. I've only played it a few times. It's a print and play that, you know, I'm not too into print and plays. I usually, I don't know, just not my style. But this is a great little, quick little game. Gets you thinking. Under Falling Skies. You might want to go check that one out. Till next time, thanks for watching on Board Game Rants, and I'm out.